Welcome back to Topics on the Hill. And if you're just joining us tonight, the priority is final exams.
That's right, Raman. And today with us we have Assistant Treasurer here at NCU, specifically in the Finance Department, Mr. Garfield Smith. And if you're a student here at NCU, you must have seen or come in contact with Mr. Garfield Smith at some point. Thanks for being here with us, Mr. Smith.
Thank you.
I want to start by commending the administration for allowing students with outstanding SLB documents to sit exams. Not everybody would be willing to do that, and it's really admirable on the part of NCU that they've gone forward and allowed students to, sit these exams. But I want to talk about the backlog of applications at the SLB. Do you have any updates for us with regard to that?
Well, what is happening, everything surrounds COVID. Where the Students' Loan Bureau, they had most of the time how they update documents is basically through overtime. But there's curfew, you have to go home by 9 o'clock so the person's couldn't stay. So there's a backlog that caused that backlog. The next thing is that students don't turn in their documents on time. So if you turn in documents, say September or October, those are late. You understand? So remember that there are more than one university. So when every university turn in their stuff September, October, then there's a lot of work there for this very little staff that SLB has. So the key thing is that application process starts begin mid-January. Get your documents done, get them in before June, July, so that when school starts, you're free to just go and register online rather than have to be emailing or calling.
Right. What other challenges have you guys observed? Because like you said, we're living in unprecedented times, and COVID-19, along with some other, factors, have really changed how we would usually operate day to day. So with regard to finance specifically now, what are some other challenges you've observed?
Well, apart from, say, the SLB, you find that a lot of students' parents or sponsors or guardians would have lost their jobs, or persons who have their small business that they have to close, so funds are slow in coming in or not coming in any at all. Like, say, for instance, students who would come and work on campus, you don't have many students around again working to assist themselves to school because the work just not available because the persons are not here. So let's say, take for instance the cafeteria, the dorms are not full, so they would need a lot of student workers.
Right.
Custodial services wouldn't need their full complement either because you don't have the persons to serve on campus. So things like those would have contributed to the slow internal funds to the university.
Now, how are you guys addressing that with regards to payments of fees and other, things? Are there new payment plans? What considerations have been made for the students?
Especially with regards to COVID and all the implications that comes along with it.
I have been around student finance for 17 years. And this is the easiest exam process I've ever seen as far as financial clearance is concerned. I was thinking about it even this morning, and I'm wondering if the tables should turn, what will the university do come January? Because majority of the students will have received their exams. What we did in clearing all students who applied for student loan and have not completed the process, what we did is a big risk that the university has taken. And if you saw, I think in the Gleaner today, the University of the West Indies have a delay in paying their salaries, which they would have paid by tomorrow, but they cannot pay until next week because no funds are coming in. Now, those universities are sponsored by the government. We are getting a little funds from the Jamaica Union and Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, Cayman Islands, and those places. But remember, jobs are not there, so persons are earning less, so therefore less tithe is coming in, and that's what those places, you understand? So we're taking a big risk, and I want to say on the point of SLB, because I must get this across. The university is trying to assist our students. So what we do, we collect the SLB documents and we take them to the bureau. What we're saying is that we will take the risk of the COVID, bring the documents to us, let us go, let us take it there. We know how to get it there. And the deadline is the 21st of December. So anyone that has documents outstanding, take them to the Office of Student Finance by Monday. Tuesday morning, someone will be delivering those documents to the Students' Loan Bureau. If you don't do that, then come January morning, you'll have to take the risk and take it yourselves. All right, and we have cleared the 4 exams, SLB persons. Please ensure that all the documents are there. So come January, you will be able to register it.
Okay.
Right?
I just want to remind our students who are watching on the live chat to send in your questions. Any questions for the Finance Department and Mr. Smith, you can send in and he'll address those. Ramon, you had a question?
I don't know how much detail you can give us now, but you mentioned earlier that, being a private institution, we've had to bear a lot more risk, and we've had to, make some sacrifices and make some hard decisions. I want to ask this. In your estimation, has NCU met the challenge effectively?
Personally, I believe that life is a learning experience, and the university is trying its best to make sure all of our students are comfortable, and we have to be investing a lot now, being of a COVID thing in terms of to get the whole online things work so that students don't have glitches when they have their online classes and all of that. The university is doing its best, the best it can right now, but I'm telling you, things are improving, and it will get much more better than this because we're investing in the technology in order to let the system run seamless.
What can we look forward to?
Just look for better services as far as the airline system is concerned, all online classes. From finance, look for better responses, more timely and all of those stuff, because we're working on all of those stuff. Our aim is to please our students. Our aim is for all of you to be comfortable, and that's what the ultimate thing is. At the end of the day, you should leave here with your degree, well qualified for the world of work, but also a certain sense of responsibility you should have. You understand? And I use that term very, deliberate, because some of what happened as far as the student loan application process is concerned is it can be classified as stressful. Because persons wait until the last minute.
Okay.
Yesterday I left work after 5, and 6:30 someone was calling they have an exam, and they didn't get clear, etc. So
Everything
things like
has to
those.
be a collaboration.
Right. Yeah.
You can't be working how many hours a day and the students not meeting you halfway. So I'm going to make an impassioned plea to the students. Please bring in your applications, do whatever you need to do to,
Yes.
do the
And-
do. Yeah.
And just
And
a
I'll
quick
say-
question for you. Oh, go ahead.
I'll say, if you're having a challenge as far as it relates to SLB, in terms of understanding documents and all of that, speak to one of us at the finance office, where we have a better knowledge. If you go to someone and they have a challenge, they're going to come to me. If I have a challenge, I'm going to find a way to solve a problem. So just don't sit back and say, I'm not getting through, I don't understand this, or just do what you feel you should do.
Right.
All I'm
Okay.
saying, speak to us, because we're here for that.
Okay, so I will check to see if there's any questions in the live chat. Mr. Smith, some students have expressed that, students who are on scholarships and others who receive money from their sponsors, they say that the system takes a while to update, that the funds are there, and as a result, they have been declined getting registered on time or getting cleared for exams on time. Is this a challenge right now with this department regarding updating payment on the system?
That sounds like a unique situation, because students who make payments online via the airline system, by the following day or 2 or 3 days, the system will be updated. It will be reflected on the account. If you pay at Bill Express or Paymaster, by midday the following day, your account will be updated, because what happens when you pay today, they'll send us a list at some point in the night, and when we get to work the following day, then the update will be done. I think the person who experienced that might have a unique situation. It may be that the person made a payment at the bank and we weren't alerted.
Okay.
So we could, you understand, go to the bank account to find information, or they didn't send us a copy of the deposit slip or something like that. I think that something that you'd have to deal with on a case-by-case basis, really.
Okay.
Right.
All right. So in a case, so in a case like that, a student can send a copy of the receipt or the slip to
Whenever
say.
you make a payment like at, say, the bank, it's always good to send us a copy of the transaction.
Okay.
You understand? And so, for instance, you have exam 8:30 tomorrow morning, but you paid some money at Bill Express 8 o'clock. Send us a copy of the receipt because we will not see that until the following day.
Okay.
So communication is key in all things.
All right. So Ramon, any questions?
I have one question here from a student. How long will it take for students who have received scholarships to see that reflected on their accounts?
Well, it's all as I said, though.
Was just
As I
answered,
said,
okay.
yeah, and it's based on when the information get to us.
Right.
So, for instance, the Byron Robinson scholarship, we got the information. I think it came in like today, and by 12 o'clock it was on the student's account. So it's based on how the information flow to the Office of Student Finance.
All right.
Okay. Thank you. So it's the end of this segment. Ramon, anything you want to clear up? So anything to emphasize that you would have mentioned?
All I'll say, and being that we're specifically talking about SLB, all I say, next come January, the application for next school year will open sometime around the 15th of January. Just go on the site, do your application. As it is now, there are 1,265 students who are applied for student loan for this year. The amount of students in school this year is 3,601. Right, so you see, it's almost 50% of the population. If you're considered of a low income, and we don't use the word poor, so if you're of a low income family, try and find 2 guarantors, apply for the student loan, go through school smoothly. After leaving school, buy a cheaper car, pay back your student loan so someone else can get it. And and the finance office, don't be afraid of us. Send us your emails, call us. Come and see us, and we're here to assist.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Smith. So we're going to end this
Thanks,
segment, and next up we'll have our Director of Curriculum Development, Examination and Assessment here at NCU, Dr. Grace Kelly, as well as Mr. Antonio Anderson from UNIS. So stay with us.
About NCU, come learn about your school.